Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to some more Deliver Us the Moon. Tomboy! Here we go. To protect and prosper. Ugh, security cameras. Yuck. Alright, so. Let's get our bearings. What are we doing? I'm enjoying, you know, the sort of, I don't want to use the word meta, because I use it too much. The fact that we go to all these facilities and the construction of this world's environs leads to having these info charts that show you at a glance where you are. You know, it conveys information really well. It's couched so well in what would be, I would say, like a believable setting of going to, you know, it doesn't have to be space. It could be set on oil rigs or something, you know, but it's cool because these infographics are incredibly relative and helpful to the player. And yet they're not overt. Now, I think maybe the checkpoints loaded us back a little bit. That's okay. They're not overt in the sense of, hey, this is inserted for gameplay purposes. It's quite, you know, it's fairly seamless. No, we went this way. Yeah. Skirt. Oh, that's right. The paper thin wall. I'd look up the name of the supervising engineer that built this facility and never trust him to do any major works ever again. What a joke. Anyway, I've said my piece. Said my piece, no need to bang the drum.
Security breach detected. Lockdown in effect.
Yeah, so I posited how come these things weren't triggered by like a pen rolling off a table, and I think someone was like, why would a pen roll off a table? And I think maybe, not to make assumptions, maybe someone's conflating the idea of like a space station in zero-G vacuum or like in total stasis. That's not what this is. This is a moon base. Gravity is still, fuck, I'm rusty, like 1.81 meters per second squared, something like that, as opposed to Earth, which is, you know, 9. Or 9.8, I suppose. Is this thing stuck here? Like, so, yeah, okay. Wait. Really? So, granted, it's like 1/10. But still, why do pens fall off the, you know, off the table on Earth? And I suppose you could say entropy? So look at all these dead crew members. Hang on, what happened here? MPT online. Yeah. That was us, we made it work. This is the first we've come up against dead bodies. Isn't it? Yeah, anyway. So yeah, why would a pin roll off on this station? And my answer is entropy. Because universe. Oh shit. Vert? Vert? Go Rolf, go. Oh, Rolf's dead. Shit. Okay. I'm not super excited about engaging with stealth mechanics, to be perfectly honest. I think it's one of the weak... Really? This is where you're going to checkpoint me. You're going to checkpoint me getting zapped in the dick immediately, are you? I find the whole loop of stealth gameplay to be ill-considered and poorly evolved over the decades of gaming. The idea that usually there is a critical path that the game designers have decided you have to go on, and if you stray from it, the guards or whatever will just fucking kill you and you go back to a checkpoint. That is not good gameplay design. There have been some games that have sort of innovated on it a bit. You know, Metal Gear V comes to mind, or 5, I suppose. Alright, I can get 3 tapped. Maybe. I don't know if the first one counted when I was loading. The idea that if it does devolve, you can turn it into a combat sort of situation. But even, what is this fucking checkpoint? So I'm just gonna get zapped if I stand out here and observe. I wonder if I can just shortcut through there. Where am I even trying to go? Probably down there, right? Looks like that's barricaded. See there? Can I send my car to investigate? I guess maybe I could climb up there. Big maybe. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to go. Oh, look at this. That is absolutely cut off, so... Yeah, I do have to climb up here. Okay. So now I'm only 2 tappable. Alright, fine. Like, why? And it, yeah, that's like a broken checkpoint, man. I don't know what's going on there. Wait, what? Fuck you. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus, what was that hitching? Holy shit. Okay, sure. Right, this is the critical path that it wants me to take. Around the back there. Dip around there. I see. Perfect example of everything I was saying wrong with the stealth genre. Just because this is such a smaller indie title, it sort of shows you there is one fucking path to success that I need to find. And how did I figure it out? I did scout it out, but trial and error, brute forcing, whatever. But at the end of the day, you have to do it that one way. And the game has arbitrary bullshit instant death restraints placed upon you to funnel you down that. Anyway. If ever there was a perfect real-time illustration of the faults with the stealth genre, you are looking at it right now. What the fuck am I even getting clipped on there? Like, you know, we've given this game a huge pass and a lot of the gameplay being thin, but you can't ask me for precision gameplay if I'm gonna get clipped on invisible. Like, even look at this. That's me hitting, that's the hitbox for this object. You see that? I can sort of go up against it there, but there's a big invisible chunk there. So I got caught on a giant invisible corner then. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, again, I've enjoyed a lot of this game, but fuck me, the gameplay is not its strongest part. Find a different way to exit crew quarters. No shit.
Vehicles offline. Quarters online.
We know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna need another power source.
Ordnance online.
Mr. Johansson, wait up!
The control room's closed.
Hey!
Once we cross the corridor,
Will you listen to me?
the tremors are getting worse. If we don't do something about
We just went past a bunch of destroyed ASEs and what looked an awful lot like body bags.
What do you mean
happened?
awful lot like?
Now's not the time.
You knew these people.
Enough! You don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's right. I
7
don't.
days after
I
blackout.
don't know why the MPT shut down, and I don't know why the colony vanished overnight.
Is he gonna tell you?
Reactor capacity at 8%.
We have to focus on the reactor.
Our people were killed here, Isaac.
It wasn't supposed to go like this. Outwards would have saved everybody.
Outward.
By just packing up and leaving Earth? That's a terrible plan, even by MacArthur standards.
She makes
Outward
valid
left
points.
us all to rot. You don't even care?
Don't you dare.
What do you mean, don't you dare?
I've dedicated my life to sustaining Earth, even after it killed my wife.
It's not.
My daughter's still down on that godforsaken rock.
Then how could you leave her behind? Does she even know?
No.
Look, there's still time to fix this. We can fix the MPT. You could be a hero.
Look around, Ms. Baker. There are no heroes here. They're gone. Now get a move on.
Yeah, okay. Fill in the gaps though. Where's the, you know, the sort of insert taco meme, right? Why can't you guys leave and also leave the MPT on? Right? That needs to be addressed. Do I not have a crouch button? I suppose I don't. Okay. No, my knees are rickety. I'll use this fucking high-powered laser to cut off walls instead. Seems legit. Aha. Aha. Will this work now?
Engines offline.
Yeah.
Quarters online.
Fuck you, game. Alright. Oh, I see where I am. I'll probably have to turn that power back on. Okay, back and forth we go. What's down here? Uh-oh. I'm in danger. Fuck it. Send out the probe. Where am I? I think I'm on the other side of the room. Yeah, I know. I get it. This is how we get out of here. We have to go back in. We have to do the puzzle again. Is there one just sitting still there, is there? Yuck. shit. Hang on. Bit of a gambit there. Nah, fuck you, game. You can't beat me. I'm the gingerbread man. Alright.
I didn't take you for someone who's into comics.
They remind me of home.
10
What
days.
we're doing this for.
Reactor capacity at 4%.
You know, my brother used to love Moon Man. He was really into these stories.
Goodbye, Moo Man.
He was born ill, chronically. When I joined the WSA, he thought I was giving up on him. But without the MPT's energy, there's no way the clinic could keep his treatment going. It's the only way I could help him, even if he'd hate me for it.
Hmm.
We try to help them. The people we love. We do what we must to keep them safe. Even if they don't understand. And sometimes we're wrong. I brought my daughter, Kathy, here. She's in cryo now.
Isaac? You said your daughter lives on Earth.
I got 2
That's
daughters.
Claire. My other daughter. We don't talk anymore. Get some sleep. We try again tomorrow.
Any day-to-day things, use 8662. Sarah. To get into the storeroom. Isaac. Right, so Sarah and Isaac. There you go. It's lived in. They've been playing chess. They passed. It looks like they might have passed their final days here together. Fuck, what was that password? I forgot already. Oh no. Oh, 8662. Okay, Jesus. Oops. Private whiteboard. Suspiciously hidden in the men's room, a whiteboard is filled with a number of disquieting calculations. Isaac Johansson's findings reveal a sobering conclusion. Given the reactor's production capacity and the limited amount of helium-3 on the moon, the MPT can't keep up with humanity's current energy demand. Humanity would have to change. Oh, okay. Don't fucking browbeat me with some environmentalist bullshit, please. You've done so well to get us this far, game. Unsustainable. Alright, let's find this storeroom, shall we? So this? Oh. Oh, lucky I found that. Up there. Do a little bit of mountain climbing, a little bit of working out. Fuck, what was it? 8662. I just can't remember it today.
Reactor capacity at 3%.
We're running out of time.
There has to be something we've overlooked.
We've checked the entire system. If we don't find a way in soon, Earth's lost.
Sarah, it's a wasteland already.
Look, I know. We messed up. For centuries. But the MPT can buy us the time we need to make it right again.
I'd like to believe that.
We all believe it, Isaac. That's why the WSA exists. Or whatever's left of it now. What do we tell the people back on Earth?
It wasn't supposed to be like this. MacArthur ordered everybody to load the helium in monorails and evacuate. Said the reactor was dangerous.
And people followed him?
They followed orders, but some didn't trust him. They resisted. It escalated. There was fighting. He even crashed a monorail.
What about the ASEs?
MacArthur weaponized them. He could overload their safety limiters.
But why? Why would he turn them on our own?
He's a practical man. Never forget this about William MacArthur. He won't bat an eye so long as he thinks he acts for the greater good. So that's what we'll tell them back on Earth. Our colleagues gave their lives for the greater good. Whatever that is.
It's alright. This game's in danger of fucking not giving us an answer at the end of all this. You know, it seems to be dumping an awful lot of audio logs with him and Sarah, and yet not actually giving us any info. I have concerns. I will say, you know, without opening the fucking can of worms too wide, this game feels like it's going to try and browbeat me about environmentalism. And I don't really appreciate that, especially when it's not necessary. You know, the planet could well just be dying or whatever, right? But they've already slipped in a couple of, oh, you know, it's our fault and this, that, and the other. It's like, no. That shouldn't matter, and that shouldn't enter into it, and like, what am I even doing in this room? And I have concerns. You've got a perfectly good story and plot. Don't let some fucking ideology push its way in and wreck it. Right, so... I mean, I guess I could use the stepladder over here. Didn't we drop down from there? Maybe we can drive my car that way instead. Alright, that's where I just came in. What's this room in here? Sleep quarters. Seems my little dude's not coming with me, which is interesting. Why would you leave it in there? Alright, we already came through here. I'm pretty sure there was one. Nope. What is going on here? So all of a sudden I can't squeeze up that gap. Is that what's going on? Oh, now I can. Okay. So I need to be able to sever that. Didn't we fuck, you know what? We already came up here. Except I didn't shoot that because I didn't know. I don't suppose you can snipe it from here. So my camera arbitrarily locks there, does it? Alright, sure. There we go. Really? So is there an elevator or something that I've missed to get the thing up here? Maybe this is a service elevator, it's not super clear. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let's see. Well, all right. Hey, there we go. Okay, I kind of appreciate that the puzzles are getting a little bit harder. Still a little bit clunky, right? The telegraphing and all that around. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying a game should just hold your hand all the way around. It does... there's probably something to be discussed around the fact that the game from the outset, people said we're probably getting close to the end. Let's say for the first 90% of the game, it's like brain damage level easy puzzles. And that's fine if that's the layout. It just seems a bit strange to ramp them a bit at the last 10%. You know, you've made... What happens when you have your target audience are people that are super casual, that aren't interested in getting through the puzzles, and then all of a sudden they actually do get tricky, and then maybe they can't clock the game, sort of thing. Just a thought. There you go. And, you know, it's already telegraphed. I disagree with this ability to smash fucking construction rebar with a set of fucking box stairs. But, you know, we're past that. The game's telegraphed that is a method for, you know, problem solving and getting forward. Oh. Something interesting going on here. Alright, but hopefully we got a fucking checkpoint out of that. I'd rather not do all of that again. Alright, cool. We're getting there, team. I'm ready for the game to finish though. It is starting to outstay its welcome a little bit, and I am worried that the sort of bait and switch at the end is like, we have an environmental message to show you at the last 10%, because I think that's fucking weak. No, like, it's not even about the position held, it's that there is something to be said about dishonestly having the first 90% of your game not have any sort of message, and then having a message at the final post, right? Like, not that I enjoy games with ideological anything built in, but I would argue that if you were gonna say put a message in the game, it should probably be clear from the outset that that's what's going on. Anyway, I could be jumping to conclusions. It's giving off a few red flags. That's all. Alright team, much as leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.